The cold light of the fitting room is unforgiving. You are standing there, with your jeans stuck halfway up your thighs. They fit 6 months ago. You pull harder, holding your breath, but they don't budge. The zipper feels miles away, or perhaps it's the opposite. Maybe you are holding the waistband of a pair of pants that used to hug your curves, and now they hang loose, as if they belong to someone else. You look in the mirror, and confusion sets in. Who is this person? When did this happen? You don't recognize yourself. You feel like a stranger in your own skin. This visceral experience, this reality check in the fitting room, in the reflection of a shop window, or from a comment by a friend who hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you changed, is one of the cruelest and most silent symptoms of narcissistic abuse. It is the physical proof that something is profoundly wrong, while your mind is busy trying to justify the erratic behavior of the narcissistic person, trying to understand the gaslighting, walking on eggshells. Your body is telling the truth. Your body started screaming what your logic was still trying to silence. Many women go through this. They enter a relationship and, within a matter of months, see a drastic transformation on the scale, a rapid and seemingly uncontrollable weight gain, or a sharp weight loss that leaves their face hollow and their bones protruding. And the worst part, along with the physical change comes the guilt. Let myself go. I lost control. I'm eating my emotions. You blame yourself for a lack of discipline, for the anxiety, for the depression. But what if this weight change is not a failure on your part? What if it's the inevitable physiological consequence of living under siege? What if your body was actually just desperately trying to keep you alive? Today, we are going to decode why a relationship with a narcissistic person alters your weight so suddenly and dramatically, and you will understand that your body was not betraying you. It was giving you an alarm. My name is Lauren Mitchell. My purpose with this channel is to show you that the problem was never you, and more importantly, that you are not alone. If this video resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. I count on your support. Before we dive into the psychological and chemical why, we need to validate the what. We need to describe the scenario you've been living, because your experience is real and needs to be named. For many, the change is weight gain. It starts subtly, at the beginning of the relationship. During the love bombing phase, you might have even lost a little weight, consumed by the euphoria, the good anxiety. But as soon as the mask starts to slip, as soon as the first devaluations, the first silent treatments, and the first bursts of rage occur, the game changes. You find yourself at home, at night, after another confusing fight where you started out right and ended up apologizing. You feel exhausted, drained, and empty. There is a hole inside you. Where is that wonderful person from the beginning? What did you do wrong? The anxiety starts to rise, a tightness in your chest, and you go to the kitchen. You open the refrigerator. You are not physically hungry. You are hungry for peace. You are hungry for comfort, for security, and that tub of ice cream, that package of cookies, that piece of cake. They offer immediate relief. They are predictable. They give you a spike of dopamine and serotonin that the narcissist used to give you and is now withdrawing to punish you. So you eat, and for a few minutes, the chaos quiets down. You are numbing yourself. The next day, you wake up feeling bloated, guilty, and even angrier at yourself. The narcissist, noticing your vulnerability, might even make a subtle comment, "We're eating a lot lately, aren't we?" And the cycle perpetuates. Stress generates compulsion. Compulsion generates guilt, and guilt makes you an even easier target for abuse. Weight becomes an armor, a literal layer of fat to protect you from the world, to isolate you from the pain, to make you less attractive, and perhaps less of a target. It's your body creating a physical barrier because your emotional boundaries are being systematically destroyed. You start wearing loose clothes, avoiding mirrors, refusing social invitations. Your world shrinks as your body expands. For other women, the reaction is the opposite: drastic weight loss. The stomach closes up. Anxiety is not a hole to be filled with food. It is a knot that prevents anything from entering. You are in such a constant state of alert, waiting for the next outburst, the next disappearance, the next crumb of affection. that your digestive system simply shuts down. The idea of preparing a meal, of sitting down to eat, seems like an impossible task. Food loses its flavor. You survive on coffee and the adrenaline of panic. You hear, "Wow, you've lost so much weight. What's the secret?" And you want to scream that the secret is fear. The secret is having your nervous system fried. You look in the mirror and see deep dark circles, pale skin, a fragility that scares you. You are disappearing. Literally, your body is withering, just like your personality, your joy, and your identity. The narcissist may even compliment this initially, disguisedly. "I like you like this." More delicate, but it's a vampiric compliment. They are enjoying seeing you consume yourself. Whether it's gain or loss, the result is the same, a profound disconnection from your own physical self. You feel betrayed by your body, when, in fact, it is only reacting to a toxic environment. You feel shame. You add the failure of your weight to the long list of things the narcissist has convinced you are wrong with you. This confusion, this shame, is the fertile ground where abuse grows, and that is exactly what the narcissist wants. But now let's understand the mechanics behind it. Let's start with biology. Your body is not a machine of logic. It is a machine of survival. It does not know the difference between a literal predator, like a tiger, and an emotional predator, like a narcissistic person. For your autonomic nervous system, a threat is a threat, and a relationship with a narcissist is, physiologically, a state of chronic threat. It is not normal stress, like a work deadline. It is survival stress. When you are walking on eggshells, not knowing if today you will encounter the lovable person from the love bombing or the cold monster of the discard, your primitive brain, the amygdala, is constantly sounding the alarm. Danger! Danger! This alarm triggers the release of stress hormones, primarily adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline gives you that sudden burst of energy, the racing heart, the sweaty hands. But it is cortisol, the so-called stress hormone, that is the true architect of long-term body change. Cortisol has a very ancient job, to prepare you for hard times. In a threat scenario, like being chased by a tiger, cortisol tells your body, first, we need quick and easy energy. Go get sugar. That's why, under chronic stress, you don't crave a salad. You crave simple carbohydrates, sweets, fats. Your brain is screaming for rocket fuel to fight or flee. Second, cortisol says, any energy we don't use now, we have to store. We don't know when the next meal will be. We are at war. And cortisol is very specific about where it likes to store this energy. In the abdominal area, it's visceral fat, the most dangerous, metabolically speaking, but the easiest for the body to access quickly in an emergency. Your body does not understand that the emergency is a passive-aggressive text message. It thinks it is an imminent famine. So, you are in an environment where your cortisol is chronically elevated. Your metabolism slows down to conserve energy. Your cravings for low-quality nutritional, high-calorie foods skyrocket, and your body is instructed to store everything you eat as fat around your midsection. You are not failing at your diet. You are being biochemically sabotaged by the environment you live in. Your body is in survival mode 24/7. And in the case of weight loss, it's the same chemistry, but with a different response. For some people, the excess adrenaline and cortisol completely suppress the appetite. The fight or flight response is so intense that the digestive system, considered non-essential in a life-threatening moment, is shut down. The body enters catabolism. It begins to burn its own reserves, including muscle, for energy. You are literally being consumed by your own stress response. There is no room for hunger when every cell in your body is screaming, "Run!" Whichever direction the scale moves, the root cause is the same. Your body believes it is in a war zone, and the truth is, it is. The chemistry sets the stage, but our behavior executes the play. Cortisol might make us crave sugar, but it is our psychology that makes us get up and go get the tub of ice cream. Narcissistic abuse is not just a chemical attack. It is an attack on your soul, and we try to medicate the wounds of the soul with physical substances. The central dynamic of narcissistic abuse is hunger. The narcissist offers you a feast during love bombing. You feel seen, loved, adored. It is a powerful drug. Then, they withdraw everything. They put you on an emotional starvation diet. They give you crumbs, just enough to keep you addicted, but never enough to nourish you. You live in a state of chronic emotional deprivation. And what does the brain do when it is deprived of one thing, like love or security? It tries to substitute it with another. Food becomes the easiest and most accessible substitute for love. It is the pleasure that you can control. The narcissist can withhold affection, but they cannot stop you from eating that chocolate. When you feel empty inside, invalidated, invisible, the physical sensation of being full provides temporary relief. It is an internal hug. Emotional eating in this context is not gluttony. It is a desperate attempt at emotional self-regulation. It is you trying to give yourself the comfort, security, and pleasure that have been systematically stolen from you. You are not eating because you are physically hungry. You are eating because you are lonely. You are eating to calm yourself down after an episode of gaslighting. You are eating to fill the deafening silence of a silent treatment. You are eating to feel something good, anything at all, in a sea of bad feelings. It is a coping strategy. Dysfunctional? Yes, but a strategy born out of the absolute necessity of surviving the emotional vacuum. Now, let's look at the other side of the coin. Weight loss, the disappearance. This is also a form of emotional regulation, or rather, dysregulation. When anxiety and depression become too severe, they kill the appetite. But there is something deeper happening here. Psychologically, the victim of abuse often feels like they don't have the right to exist. You have been taught that your needs don't matter, that your feelings are wrong, that you take up too much space. Subconsciously, weight loss can be a manifestation of this feeling. It is a desire to become small, to be invisible, to not be a burden, to not be a target. If I am smaller, maybe they won't notice me. If I disappear, maybe the pain will stop. It is a form of self-annihilation that is physically reflected. Your body is giving up. Just as the narcissist taught you that you should, you stop nourishing yourself, literally, because you were taught you don't deserve emotional nourishment. You are erasing yourself. The weight loss here is not an achievement. It is your body's surrender to the narrative of abuse. It is your physical self mirroring the shrinking of your soul. If the first two pillars were about your internal reaction to the abuse, this pillar is about the external, deliberate action of the narcissist. Your change in weight is not just a side effect that the narcissist passively observes. Often, it is a result that they actively cultivate and encourage. Your body is just another territory to be controlled. The narcissistic person is deeply insecure and obsessed with image. This extends to you. You are seen as an accessory, an extension of their self. Your appearance reflects on them. And here, the sabotage can take two paths. First, sabotage for weight gain. If the narcissist perceives that you are taking care of yourself, going to the gym, eating well, they see this as a threat. Your self-confidence is a threat. Your independence is a threat. Your attractiveness to others is the greatest threat of all. So, the sabotage begins. Oh, let's order a pizza. Tonight, you deserve it. You're too obsessed with this diet. Relax a little. They will fill the house with junk food they know is your trigger. They will belittle your gym attendance. And then, when the weight starts to show, come the criticisms, the negging. Those pants are getting a little tight, honey. You're looking a little fuller, aren't you? This is done to destroy your self-esteem. Why? Because a person with low self-esteem is easier to control. If you feel ugly, undesirable, you will feel grateful that they are still with you. You won't have the strength to leave. They break you down and then offer you a poisoned Band-Aid. They create the insecurity and then offer themselves as the sole judge of your appearance. Second, sabotage for weight loss. This happens with narcissists who project their own body obsessions onto you. They may control what you eat, criticize every spoonful, make you feel guilty for any slip-up. They may compare you to other women. Look how skinny so-and-so is, so disciplined. They put you on a pedestal of unattainable perfection and watch you struggle to stay there. Your weight loss, your hunger, your fragility, all of this feeds their sense of power. They feel powerful seeing that they can dictate what your body should look like. In both cases, your body becomes the battleground. Your relationship with food and the mirror is hijacked. You are no longer eating or not eating for yourself. You are doing it in reaction to them. They steal your bodily autonomy. The change in weight, whether up or down, serves their same purpose, keeping you focused on fixing yourself so that you never have the energy to realize that the only problem to be fixed is their presence in your life. Your body shame is their leash. If you are recognizing yourself in this description, if you have looked at old photos and wondered, where did I lose myself? I need you to listen to this very carefully. Your change in weight was not a failure of your discipline. It was not a lack of willpower. It was not you letting yourself go. It was the perfectly logical and physiological response of your body to a toxic and dangerous environment. Your body did not betray you. It tried to save you. That weight gain was your body trying to create armor, trying to comfort itself in the absence of any external comfort, trying to survive an emotional famine with what was available. That weight loss was your body screaming in a state of maximum alert, trying to erase itself to avoid danger, consuming itself because the environment offered no nourishment. Your body was the alarm system that your mind, under the effect of gaslighting, could not hear. It was the honest scoreboard of the game. The narcissistic person lies. Their words lie. Their promises lie. Your body does not know how to lie, and it was telling the truth the whole time. The cure for this state is not a new miracle diet. It is not a new exercise. Routine. These are secondary steps. The first and only essential step to reclaiming your body is to remove the source of the poison. It is to recover your autonomy. Healing begins when you understand that you don't need to fix your body. You need to protect your mind. When you leave this environment, cortisol lowers. The threat disappears. Your nervous system slowly exits survival mode, and only then will your body have the necessary security to return to balance. The weight you gained or lost is the physical weight of trauma. Be gentle with it. It is the war diary that records everything you endured. Look at your reflection, not with shame, but with a deep respect. This body, the way it is now, is the body that kept you alive, and it is ready to take you to a new life, far from the war, as soon as you decide that peace is non-negotiable. In the description of this video, you will find a link with support materials created with much care to help you understand and re-signify what you have lived through or are living through. Feel free to leave your account, your vent, or even a suggestion for a topic for the next video in the comments below. Click on the suggested video on the screen and stay with me. Remember, you are light. Never forget to shine.